I did psychedelics and I did this thing called 5-MeO DMT too after I did the ibogaine, which is it's a death experience. You legitimately, like, there's no question in your mind, you're you're dying. You're going to die. And so I think what it does is
What
it's a
does that
pineal
do to
gland
you?
dump.
Like, what does that do to your perspective?
It changes everything because when you do it, so basically, in I'll speed this up a little bit, but you smoke this and then you feel like you're dying and it gets stronger and stronger. It kind of feels like an eternity, but it really only lasts maybe 15, 30 seconds and maybe even less than that. But you start sorting through everything in your life and it like light speed and you start to separate from the materialistic world and I mean everything and you don't have time to process what's going on, but you start to separate from, you might be thinking about a friend and you make that separation. And for me it was getting rid of materialistic stuff, friends, family, da da da. And then you go and it's all the things that you're holding on to that you
Yeah.
value in the world that we live in, right?
Yeah.
And then the last things for me was when I did this, I only had my son and my wife, and those were the last things that I was grasping onto, and it was like a fight. It was like I cannot die because if I die, I'm leaving my less than 1 year old son at the time behind in this fucked up world, and my wife, who is a stay at home mom, and then you separate from that. And when you separate from the last thing, you cross over into like this other realm. And a lot of
So you
people,
actually thought you were gonna die when you did this?
yeah, there's zero question in your brain that you are departing life. It's over, and you don't know where you're going, and it's happening, and you cannot stop it. And so after you go through that, like I said, it feels like an eternity, but it's only a matter of seconds. And then when you make that final separation, then you cross over into this other realm, and it's also called the God molecule, and it's called the bliss drug or something like that.